Hey guys, my name is Julia. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to see you here. Wow, long time no see. I've missed you guys and we're not gonna waste any time. Today I'm filming a very exciting video which is, as you can tell by the title, ranking all of my Colourpop palettes. Colourpop is my favorite brand by far. I absolutely love their products. They're affordable, they're high quality, they're amazing. And not gonna lie, most of my collection is Colourpop. I need to branch out more and I will soon. But today we're ranking all of my Colourpop palettes. I have 14 of them, but we're only gonna rank 13 of them because I haven't used one of them and I'm not sure I can justify my opinion if I include it here. So we're only gonna rank the 13 palettes that I have. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you whether or not I recommend the palette, show you guys some swatches. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, grab your desserts, grab the yummiest cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is that you like, and let's get started. The Anna palette. This was part of their Frozen 2 collection that they came out with last year. I bought the whole collection. I have the Elsa palette here. The whole reason that it is on the last spot is because it irritated my eyes. This is not my first Colourpop palette, so I was very surprised that this happened. But yeah, my eyes got really red and itchy, and hence why I can't really use this palette. But I'm gonna show you the color scheme anyway. It has this like neutral brown type of vibe with some purples in there and a gold shimmer. Definitely represents the fall, as Anna represents fall in the movies. If you want this palette, I'm not sure because I feel like Colourpop has similar colors in their other palettes and they are of a better quality in my opinion. I feel like I would not recommend this palette, but again, keep in mind that I do not use it because of the allergic reaction that I had to it. If you really want this palette and you don't have those colors in your collection, definitely go for it, but there's just other palettes from Colourpop that I feel like you would enjoy more. And then number 12 is going to be the corresponding Elsa palette. This is higher because just the color scheme is more unique than the Anna palette. We have more of like silvery shades, and these ones are more of a unique duochromes. Then you have this really deep plummy eggplant color, some blues in here. Again, it's from the same collection. My eyes don't react to them well, but just this color scheme is more exciting than the Anna palette. Not too much to say about this collection. I love the PR boxes. Yeah, I like the design, the whole concept is fun, but just not for me. Next up on the list, we have Mint to Be. This is part of their monochromatic series. It's the palette full of minty green shades. Not the biggest fan of the packaging. So yeah, this palette is full of those minty green shades, ranging from those cool toned mint shades, brighter ones, those khaki green. This really bright pastel green shade is the reason I bought this palette in the first place. Let me swatch this one for you. This is what the color looks like. The lighting is horrible right now. I don't feel like the swatch will do it justice, but this color is literally so nice for an everyday if you are a fan of green eyeshadow, which I certainly am. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the quality of this palette, but that's the same with monochromatic palettes. You can only do so much with it. Every look that you make is gonna be like green themed. And yeah, so that's why it's so low on the rating, but the quality is definitely better than the palettes from the Frozen collection. If you are a fan of mint shades, if you really wanted this palette, I recommend it, but it's not the most versatile. Next up, Garden Variety palette. I have the whole video about this palette, swatching each shade, telling you guys my opinion, so I will link it down below and you can check it out. But this packaging is gorgeous. It has all my favorite colors on here. It's so ruffly to the touch. Love that. This is what the palette looks like. Please excuse the state of this palette. I should have cleaned it beforehand, but I've been filming that Garden Variety video for like so many times, and this palette has a lot of kickback. It's probably the palette with the most kickback from what I have in my collection. This palette, I'm not gonna repeat myself too much because I've already filmed the entire video about this palette, but this was a little bit of a disappointment because most of the shimmers are very lackluster, and I mainly judge the palette by the quality of shimmers, not gonna lie. Not every single matte is amazing. A lot of the colors are like really light. I would rather use a basic brown in the crease, or like a sort of a yellow mustardy shade. A lot of those shades I'm not the biggest fan of personally. It definitely has some really nice shades like this one right here, but I definitely think that Colourpop has more high quality palettes than this one. Can't say that I would recommend this palette. I think that you can find other palettes from Colourpop that are much better both in quality and in like color scheme. So yeah, that's what I think about Garden Variety palette. Okay, next up. All That. First of all, this palette is literally Scorpio. I am obsessed with this kind of aesthetic, you know, this dark red mixed with black and this like neon red signs. Like, bro, come on. It's stunning. And then when you open it up, this is what the palette looks like. What I'm gonna say, this palette is the dark horse of Colourpop. Because when you look at it, this color scheme doesn't really look very cohesive. It has some shades that look really like meh, like nothing special. But actually when you swatch it or like apply it on the eyes, it looks beautiful. This color right here, the Infatuation, is a stunning red. This black with a ton of silver shimmer in there. Stunning. This color right here is a really nice pink iridescent shade, perfect for inner corners. I feel like you will love it more when you actually get it and use it. I'm not gonna lie, I bought this palette initially like simply for the packaging. Then I saw Shay from that girl Shay on YouTube. I saw her swatch video, like she does eye swatches. So when I saw how this palette looks on the eyes, I was like, yeah, I'm getting it. And yeah, I feel like you will fall more in love with it after you use it more. So I'm gonna swatch some of the shades for you. So Fishnets, this is the color Risk, and then this is the color The Feels. Wow, this color is stunning, look at it. This is the Infatuation color I was talking about, literally like takes your breath away. I love this is from the Mulan palette, but I love the vibe that we have going on here. I love this palette. Again, if you wanted it, go get it. Alright, so moving on, we have Mulan palette. This is another one of those Disney collabs that Colourpop does. I think it's their fourth one or something. But this palette is super gorgeous, has really stunning packaging. Red is my favorite color. I really like the gold detail. And yeah, when you open it up, there's just something about this color scheme that just makes you want to stare at it for a very long time. Like something about this balance of all those neutral colors that you have here, along with those bright red fire-like shimmers. You have your golds, your kind of silver gray ones. This palette honestly reminds me of someone who has mostly fire and earth in their astrological birth chart. Like, look at this, you have your like basic neutral colors, and then you have the pizzazz, the shimmers. Yeah, see, it's true. I feel like this palette will be perfect for a neutral lover who also loves a pop of color. I think this palette is stunning. The reason I'm putting this palette on the spot is because it's mostly neutral colors, and I have neutrals in other palettes. So at this point of my life building an eyeshadow palette collection, I mostly judge the palette by the quality of its shimmers. And to be honest, while those shimmers are really pretty, some of them, while they swatch nicely, I'm gonna show you some swatches, but when I apply it on my eyes, I feel like I need to put on multiple layers in order to get the full opacity. For example, this shade right here, I have to like dig my finger in there like 3 times in order to get the shimmer to actually show up the way I want it to. It's a little bit on the drier side. So yeah, I feel like this is the major reason why this palette is kind of low on the ranking. Again, neutral mattes are really nice quality. This shimmer right here is really beautiful. And overall, I feel like if you want a palette full of your classic neutrals, you know, your browns with some like pale yellows, here I feel like this palette would be really good for you. I feel like this palette is a high quality, and if you want it, you should get it, but check your collection, check what you already have, and if you have a lot of neutrals in your collection, yeah, think about whether or not you need this palette. But as a Leo, I can say that if you only buy this for a packaging, for what it looks like, you know, we can be petty when it comes to makeup. I mean, this palette, this whole vibe that it has, and the overall theme of it is stunning. Just the shimmers, you just have to spend more time doing that. No, time is money, all that. And because I have other palettes with a lot of neutrals in there. Yeah, overall I really like this palette, and I'm gonna swatch some of the shade. It swatches beautifully. I just feel like it doesn't show up this nicely on the eyes. Yeah, look at that swatch. If you're a Leo with a Virgo moon or with a Capricorn moon, even Taurus moon, like, get it. Love this palette. Moving on. Sweet Talk palette. This was part of their spring collection 2019. Literally like the best spring collection they've ever done. So mad that they discontinued most of it. But yeah, let's look at this palette. They still have it on their website. This is the color scheme. I've used this palette so much back in the day. Took it on so many trips before quarantine. This color scheme, it just speaks volumes to me, because while I am not the biggest fan of like coral shades and like peach shades and like pinks, unless it's like a really shimmery pink color, I can still use this palette and I still love it. I'm not the biggest fan that it has two pressed glitters, but just the colors are really nice for an everyday spring iridescent type of vibe. You know, it's very girly. The quality is really nice. This color right here, the Garden Date, I really don't like that it has like the holographic packaging, because I cannot show you the colors properly. This color right here, Garden Date, literally like the reason I bought this palette in the first place. Let me swatch it for you guys. Literally, if I need a pink look, this will be my shimmer. If you like those colors, if you're eyeing this palette, go get it. It's really nice. Magnetic closure is the best out of all the palettes that I have. Yeah, thought I'd throw this random fact in there. Get this palette if you want it. Quality is really nice. Alrighty guys, next palette. Bare necessities. That's the only line I know from the song. But this palette, I'm gonna try to speed up through this because it usually takes me so much time to talk about this palette. I'm gonna tell you this: if you are just starting out with makeup, or if you're a professional and you need the basic neutral palette in your collection, get this. It has literally every neutral shade that you need. It also has this stunning row of purple colors. Shimmers are impeccable. I feel like literally everyone needs this palette in their collection. It is such a staple. It is such a necessity. They picked out the perfect name for this palette. Yeah, not too much to say about it, but this palette is literally like an earth sign friend. We all need them, whether or not we're compatible with them. Yeah, this palette, yeah, it is a need. I don't use this quite often, but I recognize that this palette is a necessity. And this shade right here, Silk Teddy, if you're buying this palette simply for this shade, I will not blame you. It swatches. Look at this. Look at that sparkle. Stunning palette. Stunning palette. So Jaden. This revolves around the theme of birthstones and crystals, and I really love this palette. Again, it has a really nice variety of colors, from all of those pretty like jewel tones to your neutrals, and some glitters in here. Absolutely love this palette. I feel like it has some I feel like it has some shades that are not as vibrant as I would like. You know, the opacity is not as good. Overall, it has really nice colors. I use the emerald one a lot, peridot, my boy, ruby, the aquamarine one. Just in general, I feel like you can create so many looks with this. It leaves so much room for your creativity. The quality is fantastic. I feel like they discontinued this palette. I need to check, but this palette is awesome. I should swatch this one for you as well. We are in July, so we're swatching ruby. Leo season is soon. I'm gonna swatch peridot. Oh, the sparkle in here. Look at those stunners. Look at those stunners. I love this palette. I love this palette. Let's swatch aquamarine as well. So yeah, see what I mean? Like the aquamarine color is not as vibrant as these ones. So yeah, I feel like it definitely has some colors that are not as vibrant and not as high quality, but overall I love this palette. The Zodiac palette. You can tell it's well used because of the state it's in. This is the palette that started it all. This was my first ever order from Colourpop. This palette made me fall in love with the brand and made me fall in love with astrology. Let me show you guys the colors. So this is what the color scheme looks like. I don't know why people hate on this palette, or like why it's not people's favorite, because look at the variety. This palette literally represents the idea of a perfect palette for me. Because you have your basic neutrals like the Taurus and the Libra for your crease. Then you have this stunning shade for deepening out the outer corners. You have your black, you have this beautiful magenta here, and the blue. And then you have a wide variety of shimmers that you can use like for any occasion, you know, whatever suits your fancy. Like if you want to use gold, you can use that. If you want an orange look, you can apply this shade. You know, you have aqua, you have burgundy shades, yellows, pinks, like golds, everything. Like literally you can create so many looks with this. I love this palette. I am so sad that they discontinued it. Like, yeah, seriously, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have discontinued this. Let me swatch some of my favorite shades from this palette. Look at those colors right here. This color, the Gemini one, literally like it's such a unique like antique gold type of shade. The Pisces shade, beautiful aqua, Leo and Virgo. Look at this one. Even like the swatch doesn't do justice. It's so good when you apply it on the eyes. Yeah, it's an awesome palette. Good as gold. This was part of their holiday collection 2020. That collection was awesome. The lipsticks were like fantastic. I am so impressed with this collection. And this is literally Leo in a palette. Let me show you just what I mean. Let me show you just what I mean. This is literally the perfect palette to represent a Leo babe. Like all those gold shimmers, sparkles, the pizzazz of this palette, like I'm obsessed. Literally the perfect palette for every day. You have your browns for your crease, you have a matte black to make it like super smoky. This color is absolutely stunning. You have your glitters, you have all those gold shades, each one a different undertone. This shade right here is literally liquid gold. If you want to have a perfect look for every day, but not have it be like super subtle, but rather have some vibrancy to it, this is your girl. I'm gonna swatch some of the shades for you. Look at this. Look at this. I love gold eyeshadow. It's so perfect for like summer or just in general, like just makes you feel like sunshine. Yeah, amazing palette, so glad I bought it. Okay, let's go. Take number 1034. I've been filming this video for a while, guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's continue. Colourpop's Disney Midnight Masquerade palette. I absolutely adore the collabs Colourpop does with Disney. The execution is always so good. The colors, the whole vibe of it is just fantastic. So yeah, check them out if you haven't already. And this palette is by far my favorite. So let's peek inside. These are the colors. Sorry, the bottom is kind of reflective, but this is what the palette looks like. It is gorgeous. It has your basic neutrals for every day. This color right here, along with this shimmer, makes up for a very interesting everyday look. You know, it's not your basic brown. It has some pink vibe to it. It's amazing. These three colors right here are literally like top-notch, amazing, out of this world. This green is literally my favorite green that I have in my collection. This shade right here is so unique. It's kind of like a triachrome. I'm gonna swatch it in a second. This blue, as someone who is not the biggest fan of blue eyeshadows, it's just like the quality of this blue is amazing. Love this. This gold is like so bright, so vibrant. This bottom row right here has some deep, vibrant colors. This brown has this sort of like plummy eggplant undertone to it. So good. Just this whole palette. Oh yeah, you can see better here. So yeah, almost every single color right here is so amazing. I don't even care that it has two pressed glitters. This palette is just awesome. Like, don't sleep on this palette. Yeah, I'm gonna let you enjoy this. And I'm gonna swatch my favorite shades for you. So this is this the triachrome, so it's like green to gold to some like peach there. Like, it's so good. This green, like the best green. This blue, look at the pigmentation, guys. I adore this palette. Literally go get it. The looks are just like, you'll get compliments for sure. All right, and my all-time favorite palette, making mamas. I feel like this is either gonna be a really long part of the video or a very short, because I feel like when I talk about things that I love most, I'm like, it's amazing, it's perfect, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, oh my god. I'm gonna try to give more practical reasons why this is my favorite, but let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the packaging. I just feel like it doesn't have a lot of like pizzazz there, nothing too crazy, but I feel like it's just so beautiful. Like, look at all of those shades of purple mixed together. And then the font. I love the font that they've chosen for this palette. Just the whole look of it, it's so sleek, so elegant. Just really attention grabbing. Love this. And then this is the color scheme. The reason I love this is because you can get this palette to be super smoky, and at the same time you can keep it very neutral. It's a perfect palette to use for work. I'll just use one of these shades and have, for example, this shimmer. It's really subtle but vibrant at the same time. It's just the perfect palette for work, and at the same time you can make it your party palette. You can deepen out your look with this shade and use those shimmers. I have gotten so many compliments using this palette, even from people who don't really care about makeup that much. I just feel like this palette is so versatile. It can be used for any occasion. The quality of shimmers is fantastic. Just I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. And I'm gonna shout it out loud. For someone who loves color, and this is my favorite palette, I feel like it's a very big surprise, but I'm just so impressed with the quality. You can literally wear it anywhere. I'm just obsessed with this palette. Like, it's crazy. I'm gonna swatch those shimmers for you. The colors blend really nicely. Just I feel like everything about this palette is so cohesive, so beautiful. It's a practical palette, but at the same time, you can make it a fun palette. I feel like everyone needs this palette in their collection. It also is so compact, you can take it literally anywhere with you. And it is like $12 on the website. And if they have a sale going on, you can even get it for less. Amazing quality, amazing price, like amazing size. Like literally everything about this palette is so wonderful, and you just need this. Let's see the swatches. Oh my god, I'm not sure how it's gonna look like on camera, but in real life, stunning. Those are the colors. They look stunning on the eyes. I'm telling you guys, literally get this palette. It's so affordable, you will not regret it. Yeah, this was my ranking of all of my Colourpop eyeshadows that I currently have in my collection. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please stay safe. Always remember how wonderful, beautiful, talented, badass you are. Never settle for less. You are awesome. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!